Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a very happy Monday. So, today is going to be kind of a short but long recipe, if you know what I mean. It's called Almond Joy Popsicles, or Pops for short. It's got relatively few ingredients to start with, but then you freeze it for 4 hours and then you got to do step 2. So no, I'm not going to stay on for 4 hours. My name is Lisa, just in case I forgot to introduce myself. This is what they are supposed to look like at the end, so I'm looking forward to this. July is a great month for ice cream, popsicles, and things like that, but often on the keto lifestyle, you don't get to have a lot of sugar, which is what most popsicles are filled with. Hello! Please tell me where you are watching from and if you are watching the replay, and how your day's going. So anyway, if you're keto, please put keto in the comments, and also if you have some questions about keto, let me know, because I have been doing this for about 3 years now, I think, and it's more or less become a lifestyle. So I've grown accustomed to doing without sugar. And if you're first thinking about it, you think, oh my gosh, because sugar is highly addicting. It's tough to get to drop that little food part, and it's in so many things. You'd be absolutely amazed at how many things, when you pick up the label and read it, has sugar in it. Okay, this one doesn't have sugar in it. Hello, hello. I hope you're having a great afternoon. All right, so we're going to get down to it. Hello, Debbie Twitchell. Hi. There we go. All righty. So the directions say to go ahead in a measuring cup, pour in 1 3/4. I'm doing this for Debbie, my friend. I have some deaf friends, and she is watching. So, okay, 1 3/4 cups, which is going to be right to here. And I will show you in just a minute, I promise. Okay, so that was almost a cup. We get into the cream quite a bit in this house, and on the keto lifestyle, you will figure that out. Cream becomes a big part of your life. And if you are dairy-free, there are some alternatives that you can use. All right, so we've got 1.5, 1 3/4. Yay! Okay, so we've got 1 3/4 cups of cream, and we're gonna add to that cream of coconut, and this is my favorite brand right here. It is usually in the Asian section. I got it at our local grocery store. Ours is Publix, but I'm sure you can find it. It is called Cheokoa coconut cream, not milk. Please be sure that you do not get the coconut milk. This is going to be way too thin if you do that. Okay, I'm just telling you, because sometimes I have screwed up and made mistakes before. So it calls for a 15-ounce can. This is only like 13.5, but it's gonna have to do. And if you have to, I think actually, you know what, I could probably substitute that with some extra cream. But this is what's going to give you your little bit of sweet. Coconut cream just does that. So there is no sweetener or sugar in here at all. And there's going to be a topping, which is going to be applied later, but I will go through those ingredients in just a minute. Okay, so it says to whisk them together. Now, normally cream with ice cream, I don't know if you've ever tried it, but it does whip up quite easily. But it just said to whisk it, and I am absolutely happy for that, because it's a quieter video and it makes it easier on you guys. Anyway, tell me where you're watching from, and if you're watching replay, or if you are watching live, and how long have you been keto? Or if you're not, maybe just tell me how long you're thinking about it. Because some of our recipes are pretty good. For me, I have said I can live with a food plan, and you really don't want to call it a diet, because that implies something temporary, and you really do need to make a permanent food change, because otherwise, if you go back to the foods you've been eating before, you're going to start to look like you did before. And feel like you did before, so you probably don't want to do that. But for a lifestyle change, honestly, this isn't a bad one because you can eat bacon, cheesecake, things like that. You just have to make them slightly different. Now, you're going to notice this is a really big bunch for 6. I do not have 6 popsicle containers, so I am going to use a wine glass, which I'm not going to put on here because I'll show you later. I'm going to post the picture with it, but it's going to take about 4 hours, and obviously I'm not going to keep you all on here for 4 hours. I don't have 4 hours for that. I love you, but, you know. All right. So with liquids like this, you got to allow for some expansion so you don't fill them generally all the way. So we'll try to be consistent with this. Da, 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 da. So how many of you like ice cream? Yay. And you could probably make this in a dish just as well. And I will try to post this to YouTube later so that my friends can see, my other friends can see. And I think YouTube also does deaf translations. So, you know, the closed captioning, excuse me, not translations, but closed captioning. Thank you so much for that like. I appreciate it. Okay. Sometimes it's really hard to know unless somebody comments or gives you a like, you know, like if you're even reaching anybody or if you're even making a difference. Does anybody else feel like that sometimes? Just need to know sometimes that you're making that difference to keep going. And that goes with your food plan too. You need to know, you need to see a difference. Hi, Kimberly. Good to see you. So I think it's important when you're on keto, and don't let the scale be the thing that rules. Because I've recently been working on keto and another plan. And if you have questions about it, just let me know. I will be more than happy to talk to you about that. Just PM me. But, you know, measuring my inches really worked out great with that one because I got into my old high school size, which I hadn't been able to do for a long, long time. It took inches, but not necessarily pounds because you get to turn those into muscle. So please, please, please go ahead. Don't just let the scale rule you, because if I did, I would have gave up a while ago. Honestly. It's just that much that you need to watch. It's good to see everybody there, and let me get this last one snapped in. Okay, so here we have our popsicle molds. And in about 4 hours, I'm going to be able to show you what they look like. What I did, okay, for more, chopped almonds. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I appreciate it. Are you keto, Kimberly? And we're going to need some oil, some coconut oil. And this is a brand that I picked up just at Walmart. It is low sugar. Well, actually, I did dark chocolate. The recipe calls for semi-sweet. Oh, well. You know, I like these. And I also have some white ones in there. So you can kind of mix it up. But as the recipe is called Almond Joy, I kind of figured, well, we'll just go with the chocolate looking. And then there's also toasted coconut that I will toast up later. And the way they're supposed to look after you're done is you're going to wet the popsicles down, and then not like a lot, just enough to pull them out of, you know, their mold. And then you'll have the melted chocolate, because you're going to melt the chocolate, and have the nuts and the coconut, and you just kind of roll them, and then you put them on a flat sheet back in the freezer to refreeze. So this should be fairly fun, and it's so easy. I mean, you saw how little time that took. Really, the second step isn't going to take me anything at all. I've already chopped up the nuts because I'm one of those people, I just end up doing it myself. UG. Oh no! Kimberly says she cheated during COVID. Well, I think we all got a little bit during that. But actually, towards the end, it's called Almond Joy, so, you know, we kind of hope it's going to be good, because with a name like that, how can it not be? But Yeah, so and I've taken some of the inches back off, so, if I can do it, anybody can. Trust me, I have a heck of a time. Hi, Lindsay. She says that's her favorite. Okay, I'm glad you like Almond Joy. If anybody wants the recipe, please put recipe in the comments and tag me. Please just don't, I will do my best to get back to you, I promise. But sometimes I just don't, I miss it. So just tag me. And if I don't get to you, feel free to PM me and say, hey, come on, give me that recipe. Yeah, the food banks do give a lot of starch out, and I think they're trying to work on that. Kimberly, I occasionally volunteer for one at our church, and I think that little issue where the farmers had to put under food because they didn't have another avenue for giving it away or having it to get to market. I think some of the food banks are picking up on that, and they're giving the farmers away, so it's a way to get things to the market, to the food banks and so forth. So, but you're right, that is a problem. They're giving away the starch, and also we need to find a way for the farmers to be able to reach the people that really need it. So maybe that is a lesson from all this. Let's hope for the positive. You got to learn. If you don't get something positive out of it, what good was it? But anyway, if you have questions about keto, if you have, maybe you've hit a stall, share your stall story. I'd be more than happy to hear it. And if you've got anything else going on, like I said, tag me, PM me, ask me any questions that you want. I would love to answer them, and I will post a picture of the finished product a little bit later. Y'all have a great afternoon. Happy Monday.